Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I know my big fat fingers and hey, pissing me off. Are we live? We're live. Moon day, moon day. What's up, everybody? On a moon day, moon day. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, Lilith reincarnated, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, evangelist, North American Sybil, Lilith reincarnated on a moon day, moon day. I'm not ready for this nonsense, but at least I got some of my good sense going on. I got a sense of humor to go with this. Here we go. Today's lesson. New levels, new devils. New levels, new devils. I'm going to pull something out. We're going to pull out some information here. Let's see. We're going to pull out. I've got so much shit out here already. Alright, what are we going to talk about? In order to keep up with me, you wanted to catch my video from last night. Sort of. It all comes together. It all comes together as one. You just try to keep up. Or not. I don't care. Let me just breathe. New levels, new devils. So last night, I'm going through a tarot read. I'm like, God, what the fuck am I supposed to do with my life? God. Seriously. Hold on, let me get these cards. Where is she at? Where you at? This notch. There we go. I haven't pulled these cards out. These are kind of my loving light cards. We're sort of in a lighty place, but not really. Yesterday's card was about surrender. 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 You can get the fuck out of my face with that. And I was telling you how important it was surrender, but I'm not surrendering. And how did that happen? Oh, man. Well, I'm going in the cards and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, focus on this guy. And I'm like, get these fucking men out of my face. They're like, King of Wands. So it ended with the King of Wands and then it came up the Hierophant card. And I'm like, he can teach me a lot. But that's not what that card meant. And every tarot reader knew it when they saw it. But, you know, those that have the eyes to see. Stop! Not right. Oh, God. I'm gonna fucking vomit. Okay, what is this? I don't know. It's a rejection. It's like a heart transplant, and it's not going so well. In the sense of your body is rejecting this new. It's not an artificial. I would say an artificial heart, but it's not. I'm trying to find some cards and talk a lot of shit while I'm doing it. I'm trying to be me, but they want me to be a better part of me, and I'm like, I don't want to. That was funny. What else was I getting? Oh, the dark ones. The dark ones. Hold on, I got something to show you. Anyway, so that's what that was all about. And I told you yesterday in the video, I was like, oh, I'm seeing the creepiest sign. He's just standing over there waiting for me all naked like. Damn, they want to tell you the whole story. Every bit of the truth. They're telling. I'm chilling. What am I going to tell you? That I'm pissed off at God and what he be doing? Here's a little story I got to tell. We're about to relive another piece of hell. Truthfully, in essence, which part? The part where I wasn't so powerful. I can't do nothing but laugh about that. Let me tell you how this story went down, right? So the whole fucking King of Wands is fucking Oscar the Tarot Reader, right? Fucking this guy, bro. Fucking manifested this guy, bring this guy in. The guy comes in, I'm not ready to deal with this guy. I got other issues to deal with. I still have fucking total issues with the last guys. And so anyways, I started unpacking this shit, and this guy is still there, and I'm like, fuck off, bro, like, seriously. And that's why I feel like, I know for sure he's the next challenge, dude, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. But in the essence is, what am I fighting? I couldn't, that's what's really funny. It's like, you want him, right? You know you want me. All this dirty nastiness comes out of it. And it's like, no. So let me tell you. So I'm like, no, stop with the fucking guy fest. Stop with the sausage fest. All this bullshit. And they're like, you need to have sex. And who better than the guy that knows how to sex everyone up and blah, blah, blah. And this and that and the other. In the essence of, it's a beautiful challenge, but whatever. It's Uncle Nasty is what I feel like. Sorry. That's a joke from the beginning of the time, and like the whole fucking universe, dude, that was like the best. I was like, he's God. Anyways, so this morning I'm getting the kids ready, and his fucking bullshit ass Aries YouTube is on my fucking channel. I'm listening to him, and he goes again with this, they're obsessed about you, and this devil card. It's like, dude, I'm gonna pull out every devil card I have on you and show you there's no obsession. Alright? Fuckhead. It's revenge. Whatever. I'm sitting there with my headphones on the floor, digging through the fucking socks bag while my daughter's brushing her teeth or doing something standing next to me. She does not know what I'm listening to. And I'm like, you're such an arrogant asshole. You fucking disgust me. And out of nowhere, which is not nowhere, she was exactly aligned in the same universe as me. She's all, did you know that Hades wasn't such a bad guy? And Persephone this and that. I was like, don't talk to me about him right now. So then I'm like, let me start my day. I'm like, what am I going to do today? I thought about it yesterday. I was like, you need to make an appointment to get your glasses. You need to go do fitting on your teeth. You need to do all that. That's what you're going to do. Right? So I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. But I was like, dude, that's not even fun. But that's all I had tasked. I was like, just make some appointments. All you got to do on Monday is make some appointments. So then I made the appointments, and then I end up, making the tasks for Friday. So I have plans for Friday. Finally have a plan in my life. I pulled the cards because I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to focus on? This is the problem. Let me tell you what the problem is, and it's in everybody's card. I'm full of fire and nowhere to put it. God holds the fire within me until he tells me where to, unleash it. And then you see this unbelievable, these unbelievable, what you call master manifestations. It's like, no, dude, it could all be that easy if I could just focus on something, but there's nothing there. You're like, I'm sitting there in my car, I'm like, all right, what am I going to do today? You gave me an idea of looking up some, there's some spiritual stores nearby that I've never been before. But I have to fight that feeling of spending money, which I don't like to do. And I'm always full of shits. I feel like I have too much to begin with, so I'm like never wanting more. I just need some sage. That's the only thing I ever need. Want to buy me something for Christmas or my birthday? Buy me a big bag of sage. I like it loose so I can mix it with other stuff. Anyways, seriously. I mean, it's like the only thing I ever, really need all the time. He showed me that, and I needed to wash my car, and I'm like, well, I mean, that gives me something to do. But other than that, it's like, I put in some applications, tried to call, there was nothing that happened there. I'm like, he doesn't give me nothing to do. He made me this way, and it's for my own good, but at the same time, it don't always be good. I'm like, I'd be really kind of bored. And it's that, too. It's gonna, it builds that craving. It's like he does it on purpose. You know what I mean? And that was in the cards. He wanted me to put this fire, this focus on that. He made it very clear. All of the friendship cards were upside down. I was like, oh, it's because I ain't got no friends. It's like, he has to give me this burning desire to want it, to work towards it. I just don't got it. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing about being outside and the whole world he's created for me. I just don't have this burning desire to fuck with your world or your people. And he tries to, put that desire in me, just like he does perhaps you in all different areas of your life. But I'm just like, I don't fuck with shit. Just like, no, and no, and no. I'm like a no. Like, that's what, rebellion is. It's like, no, I will not. Why? I don't know. I just like the word no. I just like to say it. I mean, in the essence, like, I couldn't even tell you why I don't want to. I could, but it doesn't really mean anything. They're just excuses. Like, do something with your life. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Ask God if he wants that for me. It is so fucking plain and simple what he wants from me. You know what I mean? He just wants me to be his priestess. And let him take care of me. And you're like, how the fuck does that work? I mean, as much as I don't believe it either, bro, that's exactly how all fucking priests and priestesses and missionaries and, you know what I mean, and all of them work, bro. You see it as this idea of a church where everybody's giving their pocket, but God is your provider. And so when you don't, and that's the whole, accepting the role, yes, walking in the faith, yes, but stepping out of, you know what I mean, a place of power, what you thought you were when you had all power, to being powerless, but yet in that sense, you're all powerful because people can see the wonders that God does in your life. Were you sitting around wondering what the fuck he's going to do? But you're patient, you're obedient, you understand that all things are in his hands, and anything you do when he doesn't tell you to is going against what he's already told you to do, which is what? I swear to God, it's so obnoxious. He just wants you to be still and ready. Like, that makes no fucking sense. I know, bro. That's the mastering of it. And that's what Buddhists and Taoists and fucking, you know what I mean, people spend their whole life in temples, on their fucking knees, studying his word, asking him for this way of life that he wants us to do. And somehow, after years and years, you become just that. But the fire inside of me is like, I don't want to sit here no more. And you're like, well, what do you want to do? And he'll offer me things to do, but then I'm like, I don't want to. And that's just Lilith. Why didn't she? I don't know. Chaos? Maybe I need medication. For what? There's nothing wrong with me being obedient and then just, not liking it all the time. So anyways, in the sense of, I'm sitting there being mad at him because he hasn't given me anything to do, but he really did. Mr. Rogers is very intent that we have like 2 hours of laundry to do. I have to gut out my car. That's going to take another hour or two. I'm really inspired to bring all that shit out of the fucking car and into the house, which will make me have to clean the house, and that'll take an hour or two. So it's all Cinderella and some bullshit. And I do have, my pretty wife. In the essence, it's like, damn, God, why don't you give me a life? And he does. Just for today. He gave me so much bullshit to do today. And I've already did, shit to do. And again, he gave me something to do on Friday. And it sucks. Because you want to be in control and you want to do shit. I get it. That's what it means to be like Lilith and, want to be all, powerful and do whatever you want. But what do you really want to do? What do you want that God's not giving to you is really where it comes down to. And going back to Lewis, where I had said, we're not where we want to be, and that means we're ungrateful. And if you're somewhere you don't want to be, then you change it. You have the keys to walk out. Like, I could get out of my car and go, but I don't know where I want to go, and that's what it means, is I'm full of fire, but nowhere to place that fire. I wait until, you know what I mean? That. So then it goes back to this big fat circle jerk about, what's my next fucking... I asked him that in the cards. And he said the Knight of Wands. I was like, shut up, God. Quit fucking around. And then he was like, and then he brought out the King of Cups. Trying to inspire me. No, but there's a heart to be had. And I'm like, not this guy. I saw a different guy. I was like, oh, okay, you're telling me I have options. I'm serious. It's in my video. And the whole story, here's the story. And my daughter's trying to sit there and tell me, well, I'm in my feelings, that Hades isn't a bad guy. There's nothing wrong with him. I just don't want him. And that's what I told him. I will not surrender. It's only a part of me. Because I also, as much as I'm the goddess of war, and I'm Kanyein, and I'm Isis, I'm also Demeter's daughter. Yeah, I'm Kali. But I also know how to comply. I also know how to stay in limbo. I also know how to surrender and just go with what God has chosen. Do you know the story? Hades asked Zeus for her hand. Zeus said, okay. But he didn't tell me. And so, anyways, he made this promise to his brother that he could have my hand, but he never told me that he promised me away. And, you know, Hades waited forever. Why did Hades want me? Because he loved me. And he wanted me. And so he waited forever. And then finally, when nobody was looking, he just came and took me. And I'm like, what's the deal? What's going on here, Uncle Nasty? So no, you're mine. God has given you to me. Zeus has given you to me. Wait, hold up, scroll up. Say, what? Who did what? For what? What? Zeus gave me to you? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. And that's where the story is. New levels, new devils. In this story, I'm not the powerful queen of queen of hell. I'm the loving queen of hell. So now he had me. My appointment. Haha. Now he had me, and now he had to spend the time wooing me. And when it was all said and done, I conformed. I liked it. I still had work to do. So I'd spend some of my time with him and some of my time back at home doing all my, you know, duties and stuff. I need a new duty. The lighter side of the dark. Now I want to point out, it's still sitting on my altar because I haven't cleaned my altar. The dark angel. The dark angel has just as many aspects as the dark, you know what I mean, the dark goddess. I think I show you that with Jesus too. When we get real interpersonal with Jesus, is that, you know what I mean, he had aspects to him that you only saw him in one light. I mean, he was all light. But in the sense of you don't see yourself able to see him, you know what I mean, with the honor of having a conversation. Worthy, if you will. But, so going back to it, it's like, man, and that's what he's all about, that fucking devil card, embracing it and this and that. And that's what Lilith is about. But that's not what Persephone was. She learned to do that through him. And then you go back to my videos, you know what I mean? It's like he challenges my belief systems because he's been taught a different way, which is a sparring partner, if you will, as I said I was looking for. Right? In that sense. And if you haven't noticed, he calls for us, his energy calls me to submit. I stopped calling him bitches and stuff. I have a different, you know what I mean, demeanor. Demeter, my mother inside of me, the Demeter inside of me. Demeanor when it comes to him. It's a submission, but not fully. Because the what? Where'd she go? Oh, I put her in the wrong one. Because the Lilith always rises up. You're not just dealing with that. You're dealing with some very dark goddesses. But with that, I'm the lightest goddess there ever was either. In order to get this, you're going to have to go through all of that. And because of his acceptance of the dark sides and wanting people to embrace their dark sides, the love is there. But what does it call him to do? Or if anything, compassion, understanding, kindness, and forgiveness. This is the god of hell, who's the fury, right? And he has the woman that he wants, and now he has to woo her. How does he do such? He must be Christ-like. Because at this point, I think you're nasty. Show me you have a heart. And that's what started this conversation again. When you said, when the higher love we're all looking for. But he does want to know, you know what I mean? He's looking for higher knowledge, understanding. He's into the mystics. He's into all of that. I said that in the beginning. It was a perfect attraction. But what did it do? It sent me into my healing, like they always do. So are you a twin flame? Well, if we talk about you as the god of hell, and the full description of what I just said you were, then you are me reversed. You're the Lilith in the power. Because that's what Lilith was. She was the goddess of hell and power. But all her power was just that. It wasn't the Morgan, it wasn't the brute force, it wasn't any of that. You know what I mean? And that's what Persephone loved. Persephone fell in love with the Lilith aspects of Hades. And that's why Lucifer loved Lilith so much too. Because she showed more power in the rebellion. Do you know what I mean? It was all about the rebellion. It's all about rebellion. All about rebellion. It's what I've always taught you. And then we can go into Mama Bridge and all of that. So, in order to understand what I'm faced with here, and it's just that simplistic, what is it? Surrender. God picked him as my next challenge. Go with it. Stop fighting it. See where this takes you. And that's where I said in that in the Hierophant card, I said there's a lot to learn from this, meaning he's going to teach me. Who's going to teach me? Who else can teach me? And some of you can teach me the ways of this world. But again, he, like me, studied the ways of the other world. I teach the light, he teaches the dark. But at the same time, the healing needs to be in both. And as the King and Queen of Wands, they're both fire signs. The Emperor is, you know what I mean? And then I told you I was trying to find someone to pull me into my Empress, where I could be my Empress. Am I going to be all, you know what I mean, passive? No. It's not about that. It's about a surrender to a higher knowing that this is what's right. And this is what God has chosen for me. And that's what I told them in the beginning. I told everyone, I was like, God, you guys, I told Marshall, it's like, this is that next level dude. If you guys don't jump on, I have to face this dude. I don't think that was ever the case. I guess I was just holding on. It's like somebody saved me for what my fate is. Because I knew what it was. I knew who he was. I knew what this was. And here we are. New levels, new devils. I'm going to read some information about what I have in my books. I'm going to read this one. This was one of my first books. You can read it in tarot. It's one of my first guiding books. I was guided through the light goddess before my Lilith woke up. And I spent about 2 years in the dark. And that's it too. All love and light until you have to face your darkness. What number? 20. Demeter's 11. And what is that? Why did I play so many? Because it's just different time periods. Watch it. Watch the time periods. Reincarnation is a thing. Alright, and of course, it's the Hangman. Introspection and limbo. Persephone was abducted by Hades and taken to the underworld. Persephone's mother, Demeter, was so distraught she neglected her role as grain giver to look for her. As a result, the fields began to die, making Zeus agree for Persephone's return. Meanwhile, Persephone had become a powerful goddess of the underworld, and had even fallen in love with Hades. Consequently, she spent half of her year with her mother and the other half with Hades. This is a time of the crossroads and choices, and that's what I said too. Look at my card reading. Came out right away, the Two of fucking Swords. You may need to let go of something or make a sacrifice. And you know what happened this morning? I was looking at confirmation. What is that? I have no idea. I was looking at Russ's pictures, right? And he's got that picture of his little girlfriend sitting on his lap. It's very Santa Claus and Uncle Nasty. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I guess this is what happy is for him. And I scroll through the freaking pictures and I'm like, I guess this is happiness for him. Leave him alone. That's what happened with Bobby. I may not accept it. I may not see it how you all. I may not see it how you do. And that's the thing is, I can only see things through my eyes. All of this is to put myself in your shoes and have understanding, compassion, and forgiveness for what I don't get. I don't get it, bro. I spend a lot of time trying to put on your skin to you know what I mean, not persecute you for the decisions or the lifestyles that you people have. That's it. When I sit there and I see some fucked up shit and I want to run my mouth real fucking quick, or I run my mouth and then God's like, that wasn't nice. Then I'm like, alright, let me put on the Russ skin and see what it feels like to be Russ. And that's where I can find this compassion, forgiveness, understanding. You know what I mean? I can find my own pain. I can find some kind of substance that I can relate to. And so, I can't really see your pictures as this is what happiness looks like, but I can sit in the picture and say, this makes you happy. And I guess Bobby told me he was, but I didn't believe it. And when we're talking about belief systems, it's like everything I tell you guys you can't believe. So it's just certain things you just can't. But in that sense, I had this kind of awakening of like, he thinks he's happy. He's found something that makes him content. And content is better than, you know what I mean, discontent. So leave him be. Like, alright, whatever you say, God. And as soon as I, you know what I mean, take that dump, here comes another mouthful. You know, in the sense of, it's like out with the old, in with the new, in the sense of it's a new challenge. And what did I say? New levels, new devils. What are they? Past life fucking soulmates? And I gotta relive fucking goofy realities with them here to break the, you could say the curse, the karma, what bound us together to overcome, to learn the lessons I didn't learn while we were there in that time, to relive time and learn what I didn't learn. I'm really here just to quit it all, bro. I gotta learn everything I didn't learn. I've gotta get this to, I came for one last shot. There's no, oh, maybe in the next life. Nah, bro, no more. I'm taking all of it, dude. All of it. Everything I ever didn't learn in all of my lives into one life, bro. And I've got to relive all of those experiences to, you know what I mean, overcome. There are things in my past lives I didn't overcome. And that's all this is a huge challenge. I got 56 years of overcoming past lives and creating a new, you know what I mean, an ending to this and a new beginning for mankind. That's it. I mean, I got a lot on my shoulders. And meanwhile, I'm sitting around like, God, do something with my life. He's like, I've got great works for you. Well, I mean, jeez. Alright, the saying is, I look at my options as change takes place. And that's it. You just sit back and you watch it. I show you all these cards. We've been in the hangman. We've been in the introspection. What did it say? 8 of Cups is how we ended. Take your clothes off. Go take a bath. Go baptize yourself in the holy waters. Oh, God, you're fucking killing me, Smalls. That's really what it is. I wait for him to come get me. I mean, in essence. Sort of. I have to be open. I brought the wrong cards? No, these are from yesterday. I'm like, what am I doing here? Please go in. Yeah, I made a mess. Alright, now let me talk about a little something else. What you're not getting. There's a lot more going on here. gotta be at the fucking bottom, bitch. The bottom, bitch. Yep, bitch. Oh, wait, where's that guy? Where's that? There he is. Can you see all that? I hope you can. I can't see what you can see. We have the High Priest, the Horned God, and the High Priestess. Let me talk about this High Priest, number 9. The Ghost Consciousness. Alright, on page 50 and 51. With great power comes great responsibility. Those forefathers who held the powerful and influential position of the high priest were keepers of the sacred knowledge, for they earned this position through reverent study and dedication through seeking truth of forbidden knowledge and secret of ancient magic. That's what he does. Held by dominion over the masses, they were revered and respected as guardians of the craft. The high priest represents the divine masculine energies of the horned god, who is chosen by the high priestess to accompany her as a ritual leader of a coven. Together they acted for the goddess and the god. New levels, new devils. The god and goddess of hell. We can either be Lilith and Lucifer about this, or we can be Hades and Persephone. If you've been seeking power for position or for power's sake, it's not the way of a true leader. However, a dedicated practice and strong belief in the craft will keep you in your high esteem. As you lead by example with self-awareness, solid self-esteem, respect for others, and maturity in the service to others, you will forge upwards, becoming a conduit for what it means to rule supreme. That's another thing, too. He doesn't have insecurities. He doesn't chase the things of this world. He's not attached. He doesn't have attachment issues. He doesn't seek power and authority. He seeks enlightenment, understanding, truth, adventure. When you've studied long and hard to obtain a status, you will find others wish to unearth you from the sacred foundations you've built. If you struggle when faced with structural positions, position you do not relate well to, find authority threatening, it's time to take a stand no matter what anyone with influence is saying. And that's the Lilith. I came first. You never need to make excuses for your passionate standing against anyone of dominion status who is not integral. You came here to challenge all that. As a high priest of the craft, it is your responsibility to take back what is rightfully yours. It's time to rise up and claim your sovereignty. And as Morgan, that's what I stand for, is sovereignty. In essence, he's a male aspect of myself in the light when I'm empowered by it. But he still had some work to do, and that's that of the flesh. And we all do. There's always so much fine-tuning that we'll need. And that's what it is as he's the next level, he calls out, and that's what I said. He called me to do some serious inner reflection and do some serious ass healing. And vice versa. The mirror got placed on the wall in a whole nother, you know what I mean? This is like, whoa. Whoa. You have a warrior spirit that has the ability to sniff out anyone who has a lack of integrity, and your natural sense of dishonesty cannot bear to be patronized by those who exercise power. You are a born leader. It is time to assert your authority. Yeah, he doesn't find the celebrities intimidating in any way. Your celebrity status doesn't intimidate him in any kind of way, shape, or form. Shadow side unveiled, meaning he doesn't even participate in that world. Like, he wouldn't even buy a ticket to your show. He doesn't even, I mean, if you're on the radio, perhaps, but it's not even serious to him. Shadow side unveiled. You don't, as he said, you don't even exist in his world. You're not even a frequency he listens to. He's not into rap. Not really. Shadow side unveiled. Enforce some authority into your situation as someone is trying to influence you or a significant male has dominion over you. Walk away from anyone who does not serve your highest interests, as it is time to reclaim your inner authority. And that's what it is, you know what I mean? Like, I said it. These guys, it was stagnant. There's no adventure to be had. There's no next level with them. So they brought in a whole next level. I mean, they didn't. I guess in essence, I did. If you think about it, calling in my next challenge. Incantation to the High Priest. Honor is for what I stand. I reign as sovereign over my land. Authority doth rule everything. I seize my right as priest and king. The position of the High Priest is earned through dedicated practice, training, learned study, and through the completion of the rites of the initiation, which are, and he knows them. The first degree. Initiates are required to take lessons and study for a year and a day, acquiring their first degree. The second. Initiate assists in teaching the fundamentals of magic and ritual to new members, and the first degree initiates of a coven. They may assist in leading rites and ceremonies. He started doing that on his page. He started teaching people rites and rituals. Third decree. Full initiation means acquiring a leadership role and high priest title. I can't fully give it to you. I mean, yes, I can tell you you're a high priest in my coven, and people will address it. But I believe that you must know when you're the high priest before you even, I don't have to tell you what you are. I knew when I was the high priestess, and I had done all of this as well. And that's it too. You know what I mean? Him being able to talk with the dead is part of it. He walks in a different, you know what I mean? He walks with a different crowd. It's all God's crowd. He just doesn't know, maybe. I don't think he doesn't not know. Who's in charge of all of this? Now, let's talk about the horned god. Number 41. I mean, my job is the high priestess. But as the horned god, and that's what it is, he is the horned god to the high priestess. Chosen by the high priestess as a leader and authority to her coven. Meaning, go talk to him. Whatever he says. Ask him what to do. I don't know. I'm talking to God. Talk to him. And that's what it means. It was supposed to be, on page 170 and 171. Your love for nature and desire as a seeker will to attract some male presence in your life has unknowingly summoned you to the horned god of virility and the essence of the raw masculinity and sexuality you crave. And that's what I'm lacking, is my sexual prowess. And he brought it out. As soon as, bring her out. Whoa, put it away now. In the essence, I'm like, I want a ticket to this show. Wait, I'm the show? Show him. And that's what it is, too. It's like, you're pushing a beastie part of me out. And that, like, they want to come out. And it's like, this could be dangerous. And that's what I said in the whole video. It's like, they want me to have sex. I'm like, can I just have sex with anyone that the fucking Knight of Wands comes out? Does it have to be real sex? Like, it's really sex? At this moment, I'm like, all in my flesh, like, can I just have regular sex? Does it have to be spiritually sexual and sexual healing going on here? Sex magic and all kinds of shit. Do you understand what would happen if you plugged your fucking, you know what I mean? You can't even possibly know. You have to stand in front of me just to even feel the sparks, dude. It's intense. It's intense. You can't even speak. It's a full, it's full electricity that's happening in my presence, dude. People don't even know. They're just drawn. They don't even know what's going on in them. I think you need some practice here, buddy. Is that what you're doing at night? That's not funny. It's not what we're talking about here. Your flesh is going to explode. Too much light. Alright, anyways. His breath on your neck will send shivers down your spine, making your pulse race in a frenzied desire to become one with the wild essence of the Lord of the Woods. And that's who I am, is the Lady of the Woods. I called him in. He super wants to have sex under the full moon. All animalistic like, dude. Candles and all that. Draw the pentagram. He's down with it, bro. He's not even afraid, bro. He's been waiting for that his whole life. You could never talk some random chick into some shit like that. I've been trying to talk some dudes into it too. Which moon? Which one are you feeling? Picking up a Taurus, huh? Yeah, that's why. Never mind. You like my witch laugh? I love it too. Oh, God. Just kidding. He knows your innermost sacred thoughts, your unspoken sexual desires, for they ooze from your very fiber of your being, awakening and unleashing orgasmic ecstasy from within. We witches of the oracle are intimate with his ancient and primordial forces, for he is the oldest of the shining ones and the firstborn of the goddess. I told you, he's me. And that's what is attractive. Again? Say it again. For he is the oldest of the shining ones and the firstborn of the goddess. He is the lord of the woods, the original primeval essence of masculinity and the guardian and protector of the land. You want me to pull out my cards? I got so many, as if I didn't have it. It's real, bro. I've been watching it. I just be quiet. I bitch be quiet on some shit. On some real ass shit. Here. We were in the cups. These are all the cups. So, okay, hold on. It would be in here then. I tried to tell you fuckers. The Lord is the Emperor in my deck. The Lady is the Empress. Let me show you. The Lover's card. I told you to get a new deck. Mine tells the whole fucking story quite easily. Surrender to what could be. What stands in between that? What stands between the Lord, the Lady, and the Lovers? Do you want to answer that question, Tarot Man? What stands between in the card deck? What's the card that stands between the Empress, the Emperor, and the Lovers? The Hierophant. Which means what? Marriage. Higher level commitment. You're like, what? I know. I know what was happening. As soon as I saw it, got all that light, you got shoved into all your darkness. I know what's going on. Just be fucking... And you're like obsessed. No, I'm not. That's not at all what's happening. But you definitely need to deal with your obsessions. And that's why you keep bringing them out. That's not what's happening here, bro. If anything, I was obsessed in finding another alternative because I didn't want to accept what I knew what it was. And then it brings out, he realizes how much he loves Sagittariuses and Sagittarius and Sagittarius, and he's just like, oh shit, I got a thing. I got a problem. You got a big problem. We got big problems. Who did this? God. Do you pray to Zeus, or which god do you pray to? Jesus is in on this too, bro. So I was like, what kind of spiritual fucking ranking does he have that I have to submit to? In essence, loving him is loving myself. Do you get it? The Antichrist, is this that dirty relationship they painted out? the Antichrist is born of the two. Stupid as fuck. And our children shall inherit the earth. Going forward. Anyways, he will lead you into the wild woods to discover your own path of animal magnetism and potency, which are unique to you and only you. Horned and horny, he will reveal your innermost desires, the lust and fantasy you dare not admit to the world for fear of ridicule and rejection. Fear not, for he keeps... It's only a secret to me. In the essence of, it's like... I'm like so like fear of ridicule and shame. It's like I'm the dirtiest dirty girl ever. Like it was all about being the dirtiest and most, you know what I mean, exploration and doing all of that stuff. But yet it's like, Mother Mary. I'm trying to be Mother Mary, God, and he starts laughing at me. No, you're not. Comes out in every one of my damn videos. I told you. He wants me to have sex. He chose a guy. God makes all my choices. Would you fuck him? Why not? I can't find one reason not to, other than the fact of you're gonna fall in love. Well, that doesn't help. I already love the guy. I'm fighting all of this. Is he a bad guy? Would you have ugly children? Do you think he's gonna be mean to your kids? Does he not have a life of his own? You know what I mean? Has he not kind of figured this whole priesthood out where he can just sit around pulling cards all day and gets to travel the world? Don't you think you could learn something from this? No, my God. I'm going to fucking just get out of my seat. I'd rather just get a job, God. Sorry, I was on the Monday. On the mundane. I was on the mundane. There's nothing wrong with this, bro. Do I have to, really fight for it? No, I just have to surrender. I'm sure he's, equally desiring. He wants to see what it's like. There's not another goddess out here. He's like, holy moly. I know, bro. I know. Fear not, for he will keep you firmly rooted in your sexual orientation, as he embraces everyone who seeks him, no matter their sexual preference. That's totally that guy. He's a total sex doll. And it encourages you to explore the hidden nature founded within your wild spaces. Yeah, he wants to look in all the crevices. Quit playing around, Uncle Nasty. I can't take it. Do you get it? I need a freak with long hair. I mean, I did like you better when your hair was a little bit longer. And that's what they said, too. He shaved his head. Don't you like it? Come on. He's covered in tattoos. His spigot's Spanish. Come on. They made this impossible. They were sure. They made you perfectly desirable. Completely. To every specification. Oh, man. You're obsessed. I'm not obsessed. That's why I get so mad at you. I'm like, this is not obsession. I'm trying to convince myself to do this. I'm trying to be brave and go with this. Not obsessed. I'm obsessed with running from it, but I know that ain't gonna go nowhere. You just are standing naked by a tree ready to fuck me. And I'm like, well, damn. Take me. I'm yours. But not really. It's like, it's there, but it's not, because then there's all this, fears. Years of tears and fears. Do I care if you're circumcised? Nope. Being a Latin man, you're probably not. Oh, God. Does any of that matter to me? Not really, dude. This is awful, right? Go with it. Oh, man. You know what comes with him? Obsession. Listen to it. He exudes it. I'm going to end up in his obsessed energy. I'm going to be possessed by obsessiveness. You need to heal that. The horn god loses none of his masculinity by revealing his sensitive side to others in the world. And that's what's really sexy. Unpredictable way of loving, and never shines away from bravery, determination, and heroics. And that's what I said. He's got to be the Empress, too. And that's what Hades was. He was all of this. Bravery, determination, heroics. But he had an unpredictable way of loving. And as I say that, that's all of my really, tough men. That's Marshall. He looks so, he's full of all of this. But he's so loving, so kind, so sweet, so soft and gentle, vulnerable, quiet, passive. Damn, Marshall. I'm just going to show you how it's done. All of these work. If they do the work, it works. It was never meant not to work. I could have stayed in any of those energies and still did it. To be in a Persephone energy is not bad. To stay as the Empress, to stay, you know what I mean? Surrendered to God is what I struggle with. How do I put down my fire? Give it to someone else that can hold the fire. You guys don't know what to do with my fire, with my purpose, with my mission, with my life, with my studies, with me. This isn't, it's everything he studied. I'm everything, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, I'm what he reads about. So it's not, you know what I mean? Now it's just real. And it's even more intriguing. It's like reading about dinosaurs your whole life and then you find one. You just want to study him more. You're not going to lose that dinosaur because you know there's not another dinosaur. And in that, that's that choice of letting go of what could have been for what really could be. His horns of power will protect you from the inauthenticity of others, thus allowing you to unleash the mystery, magic, and power of your inner wilderness with regard to the sacred, patriarchal, divine. You are under the horn god's protection, and he rides with you through any personal dark forest to reveal the shining sunlight on the other side. And that goes back to that video I shared about a man, what it takes to be a man with a Sigma woman. He's had to already know what the dark side brings out and how to, you know what I mean? He has to be okay with this. And he understands that this is what it takes. You have to keep going through those dark levels to ascend. He understands it. He just doesn't share freely, you know what I mean, his journey. But that also inspires him as the high priestess once he steps into that role to start sharing that journey and, you know, taking men through that journey. I can only take you through my side. But even in my divine masculine energy, it's like it's still that of a woman where you know, where men can. Whoa. There's confrontation on my phone. Shall we face it together? Let me take a breath. Anyways, before I start this, it's like he understands that, you know what I mean? And simplistically, if I tell him this is that time when I deal with this, then he can understand that. He can be all understanding because he knows. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. I don't need to explain it to him. But if he needed explaining, he's already got the understanding from just watching me. It doesn't take much to get it. You just, you know, as he says, those that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Let's see what this fucking confrontation is. Ready? Hold on, let me read it before I read it out loud because I might not want to read all of it out loud. It's from this person. It wasn't confrontation. I thought it was. I'm always ready for it. What does this say? I don't know why you keep coming up in my mind. Hope you're good. Apologies that my life got rough trying to juggle those 3 jobs. It definitely took a toll on me, something I can't handle. As I got older, so we kind of fell off after that. Even I did, being grounded with everything that I was working hard on. But I realized it, and I'm getting back on track, so hopefully maybe soon we can blend one. In essence, it's like, I'm thinking about you, but I apologize because, you know, my life took a toll. I tried to handle too much, and now I'm trying to get a grasp on it again. I thought it was confrontation. I thought it was, because I sent her that video and I was told all her business and shit. Like, oh, you want to go to war? I'm always ready. I stay ready. It's like, oh wait, hold on. I might need to pull out my sword. Hold on a second. I gotta put my helmet on. I might need to chop my head real quick. Give me a second. That's it. Stay ready. Stay ready. Yeah, I told her that was dumb anyways. I mean, I don't care. I hate being that person, if I told you. That's what I'm going through right now. You were under, yeah. Light side unveiled. A situation calls you to be strong and willful. A soft approach won't cut it. It's a fertile time for you. Phalanic symbol points towards sexual union. It's time to be free, wild, and promiscuous. What is it? Kanye said it kind of funny. He put it in a funny word. He's like, I like a girl that has a high body count. I like that about Bobby because, in essence, he knew how to handle himself around all different types of women. And you don't fear a man that does that. I guess other women, I'm seeing someone like Jonica who has all these insecurities that, you know, she's better. You don't look at her like that, because if it was, he'd stop looking. They're just... That's what made me realize that there was something seriously special about me and Bobby. It's like, you know, it's a sport. It's a sport. I'm seeing tennis. It's just a ball they hit to get a rush. But then they find one that they really like. And they want to hold on to that one. So in essence, it's like he's fucked all the girls in the world, literally, all over the world. All different types of girls. He's always looking for that new challenge. So in the essence, it's more like... I don't have to compete, because obviously they didn't compare. They're the past. You're still looking for something that you haven't found. So when it came to Bobby, it's like he has all these girls, he's entertaining all these girls, but they're not entertaining him, and that's why he's entertaining all of them. It takes all of you to keep him satisfied. And when it came down to it, I was like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. I'm not like any of these bitches. I was trained to keep a man happy. You have no idea. And the first time, he didn't come as fast as I thought he would. And I was very confused. Like, what the fuck? And I was sore. I was like, what? That's all I can remember. So then I meet up with him again. This is the second memory that I have. There's got to be more, because he said there's like 12 times. But these are the memories I have. There's got to be more times in it. But these are the specific ones that stayed in my head. And I meet up with him again, and we go to a sex store. And I buy some toys, lubricant, I don't know what else. And then we go to the hotel. And then I don't exactly know how that one ended. But I walked away with this sense of accomplishment. It's a dominance thing, right? Now, I tried to explain that going through my sexual healing is, in the sense of, I don't want to fuck you. I don't want anything to do with you, but if I don't fuck you, you're going to fucking make my life a living hell. So I have to do this the best I can to get this done with. The faster I can make you come, the quicker this is over. It's how I was in my marriages. In my, you know what I mean, in my sexual trauma. I was trained to be the best at it for my own personal survival. So in the essence, it's like, I got to pull out this part of me that very much exists, that was survival technique. I'll suck the fucking life out of you just to get you out of my face. You know what I mean? For my own, you know what I mean? So you don't hurt me, so you don't take my finances, so you don't make my life a living hell. Seriously. That kind of power and stuff. And then, how did I describe that? I just came out of R. Kelly's meat locker, and I'm not seeking, you know what I mean, to surrender to such things anymore. But in the essence, in the surrender, I learned how to find power in that surrendering. Meaning, like, you know what I mean? You just want to fucking come. I can do this fast. I can do this better and faster than anything. In essence, just to get it done. It wasn't that I was about me enjoying myself. It was just getting you off of me. How quick can I do this? How good can I be at this? It's inside of me. And if you take too long, I question my abilities. What happened when I saw Bobby? I got too much into it, and I literally choked. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I have no memory of ever doing something like that, but I literally choked and gagged. I was like, whoa. And then I had this sense of shame, and it was funny because the Holy Spirit's like, you know, my whole, you know what I mean, sense of dominance and power kind of got stripped from me, and this sense of weakness, and my first time ever putting myself out there. It's like, you never did this before. You never questioned yourself. You never, but again, it was like almost like the first time I had ever done it, because I was actually like doing it, not like closed eyes, just going at it. I wasn't just eating dick. And so, in the essence, it was a mouthful. When I was like really, you know what I mean? And I know this is very vulgar conversation, but I can only have these conversations with someone like Oscar, who eats pussy for fucking fun. Like, as a sport. And like, yeah, he wants to explore all kinds of, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Taboo sexuality. He wants to bend you all kinds of ways and see what you like and don't like. He's all into that shit. But in his, it's not a dominance. It's more of a, he wants to see what you know what I mean? He wants to encourage you into it. He's like a sex ed teacher. A whole sex doll. I told you. And who better to help explore your sexuality than someone like this? But it's also a challenge to him, because he's used to, you know what I mean? But then maybe not. He gets these little fucking, you know, dumbass little passive girls that he gets to play dominant, you know, he gets to play leader with. And he still gets to have that position, but it's a different position because now he has to do it with love and kindness, gentleness. But perhaps he always does. And that's it. Who are we to know what he does in the bedroom with these women? He gives them an opportunity to, you know what I mean, be free with themselves with him. It's just an expression of, you know what I mean? He's a tool. Are you mad? Are you sad? How do you feel about me speaking of you in such ways? Has anybody have ever spoke of you in such ways? And here it comes. It's like, you've never even met me. I've known you from a whole nother life. And if you didn't walk into in this life, I would have never recognized you. Real recognizes real quick. But I was too afraid of all of that. I grabbed onto my chastity belt real quick. Know what happened? I had to go back to where I felt safe to explore my sexuality, but there was no possibility of anything further. All he wanted was a blowjob, truthfully. And he's not, you know what I mean, and in a position to where he can do that type of shit without feeling the condemnation. His mind is all in it. He couldn't really enjoy himself. Not with his thoughts about it and shit, and that's it. It's like, you know, they were talking about, you know, mindsets, people, energy. In the essence, it's like, I told him, I was like, I said it on the videos, it's like, you lost all your power marrying that woman, but maybe he never had any power at all. And the women just fucked him and you know what I mean? Maybe the women felt powerful fucking him, like I did. Maybe that really wasn't it. He wasn't in control in the bedroom. I couldn't really tell you. I don't have the memories. But if I went in there with the idea to take control and be all in control, then how was he in control? And that just meant it was harder to satisfy him. Why? Because he had a tolerance? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's drugs. Seriously? 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 Anyways, let's just keep diving into the dirtiness of the dirty. Shadow side unveiled. Prejudice and misunderstanding from sexual confusion or orientation requires you to man up. And that's, you know what I mean? Kanye started a very difficult conversation. But my daughter, you know, last week she looked like a whole ass dyke. I mean, seriously, the cargo she called them Adam Sandler shorts and shit. Do you know what she wore today? A skirt with a corset and some high heels, and told me to pick her up so she didn't have to look like a hooker walking down the street. She looks super goth. Fucking necklaces, you know, choker necklaces and everything. She don't know what she is, bro. She's discovering it. And every day that she can be free to be whatever it is she feels is a day that she gets to feel freedom, you know, happiness. In the essence of, you know what I mean, her sexuality. You deem her sexuality on her appearance. She hasn't had sex with anyone, and she loved her boyfriend, but she is really, you know what I mean, turned on by girls. She has a love for men, but I can tell you she has a physical attraction to women. What is that? I don't know. Her, you know what I mean? She's still exploring. And at our age, and that's what it is we never even had a choice. A girl is a girl, a boy is a boy. This is what a girl does, this is what a boy does. And we're trying to break down that construct of whatever our parents told us we were supposed to be as the girl or boy. And that's what I'm showing you in this man. And this devil is God. Never be ashamed of who you are. Acknowledge your urges and bring them to balance. Promiscuous promises give you a bad name. Yeah. He caught on to that. He can't take that back. Were you just drunk and didn't realize you did it? That happens, huh? What happened? His birthday, he had this basic ass broad on his back. And he posted in his stories, like, oh, it was just like Russ. He was on her chest, acting like, you know, this was good. And it was weak. It's like, oh man, be careful where you lay your head upon. Kind of that. He kind of realized where he had gone. Not that he had sunk to such lows, but that he was better than what he was exhibiting. Is what the situation called for. Incantation to the horn god. Man up, be strong, do the deed. Sow deep his natural virile seed. Sacred union, sexual right, horny, for tonight's the night. Horn god's magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There, it's done. Witchery. The horn god is the consort of the triple goddess and is the masculine balance of the duotheisic divine union. He is the protector and the wilderness of the forests, the untamed sexuality of nature and the hunting of lover to the mother goddess, who he impregnates at Beltane. When's Beltane? May 1st. I'm just quiet. Do you see what's happening? Why it's happening? You think it's real? Coincidence? Do we do what we were supposed to do, what the books always said we did? And walk in these stories? Or no? Do you surrender to the fate that God has chosen? The story that He wrote long ago? You're like, no way. Yes way? Is it me? Can I just fly to Him and go do this? Or is it Him that has to surrender? Or do we both have to surrender? You know what I heard? Same time next year, huh? at some shit. And what is it? The bridge. The maiden. Full of fertility. Ready to give birth to new life. He is the guardian of the wild animals and the lord of virility, and he is called upon in the centuries past to increase animal numbers by the hunt, though his dance of sympathetic magic, untamed and named, the male masculine horn god, freely roams the wild woods, calling through the whispering of the leaves, and he is known through his many representations. For example, Pan, mischievous, bearded, small-horned, goat-legged Pan, plays his pipes to lead styras and nymphs into dancing frenzy sexual exploits. Coronis, mature, bearded, with big stag antlers, often portrayed sitting cross-legged in the medieval position. He holds a bag of coins and wears the torque to suggest nobility as the lord of all wild things. The horn god is also a muse for Christianity's devil. How can I be the goddess of hell without my god of hell? Lucifer didn't stand up. He couldn't man up. He couldn't stand up to the challenge. So what? I had to evolve. It still is the game. It's the name of the game. These are the end times. I need a man to rule with me through the end times, to walk them through the shadows of the valleys of the shadows of death. He teaches the awakening as I do. He can show you different fucking darknesses than I can show you. He has his own way as I do, but we both work towards the same way. He has inherent powers that I do not have. The yin to the yang. What do I gotta do? Shoot my arrow. Send my emissaries. I don't have to do anything. I have to be willing. That's all you have to do is, where do I put my willpower? You surrender. Lovely story, isn't it? Here's a little story I got to tell. Isn't that great? Yeah, great stuff. We're brewing up some good stuff here. I gotta clean. I got a lot of shit. In essence, I told you, you hear all that bullshit God wants me to do with my life today? None of that sounds like fun. It's like, oh, you want to do laundry? No. Do you want to go wash the car? No. You want to go to the spiritual store and spend money? No. What do you want to do? I don't know. Eat a meal and take a nap. Crawl into my cave, turn all the lights off, and say goodbye to today. See you later. See you later, alligator. In the essence, I'm kind of, not really into all those adventures. That's what's on top. The Knight of Cups. Let's take an adventure. Oh, Lord, guys. Is your life that exciting? It would be if you had accessed your akashic records and started doing the work and taking the adventures. You'd realize that this is just an adventure that you've already had. Or an adventure that you've, is still to be had. We're looking for purpose, and I'm like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't mean I want to do it. And that's what the Lilith inside of me. I don't want to, God. What am I going to do today? Probably not my laundry. Gotta be honest. I'll probably wash the car. Am I going to do that anytime soon? I don't think so. What else did I say I was going to do? Pretty much nothing. Sit around waiting on God. I have to surrender at all times. I'm working on surrendering to God in this whole situation. Making babies and shit. Having sex. Told you, it's training me. He even gave me a guy to train with. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that you're not that guy, bro. I thought you were that guy. I was just as surprised as you. I fought it harder than you did. You didn't even try to become that guy. I tried hard to make you that guy than ever. That's what I said when he came in. I've been trying to make men like you, bro. I didn't know you really existed. Do you think there's another one like him? Possibly. Is he gonna, you know what I mean? Am I going to be, is he going to be made to my likings like I like this one? I even sent his video to, I used him. I mean, not yet. But in the essence of, Bobby was trying to call me crazy again for my card reads, and I sent your videos to him, and he couldn't say shit. He's like, he looks like a good-looking guy or some shit. I don't know, it's in the messages. Meaning you silenced my haters. When they question me, I can always turn them to you, and they can't say shit. Why? Because you're a man. You're more of a man than they are. They can't say shit. The more this woman fights with them, the more they think there's a fight to be had. That's what I want in Marshall, dude. They won't fight with you. They're never going to stick to you. I don't have to stand up when you're around. I can sit down. But in the essence, there was a lot of competitiveness where I had to just always stand on my toes with Marshall. Strive version of myself. Like push myself harder. In a Kobe type way, in a masculine type way, not a feminine way. Not be more loving, be more assertive, be more, you know what I mean? Don't worry about him, get your life together. Don't worry about his, in the sense of be passive. It was very aggressive. It's an aggressive energy between us. It's like not competitive, but, I've got to stand as tall as he does. And that's a matching energy. That's just his energy. Because I told you, I like that I could sit with, Allie and not have to be the biggest one in the room. But I'd like to stay like that and not have that moment of, hold on, I got to grab my sword. There's a spider. I heard a noise. You know what I mean? I'd like to believe that Oscar would fucking pull out a knife if he had to. You know what I mean? He's not afraid to put hands on somebody if he, to protect me and my children. I feel like he has a little bit of that aggression. He has to go into the woods by himself without, cartels and animals and fucking spiders and, he's just out there with, a cell phone, but there's no power in that, losers. You can call to help, but who is he going to call? The country's authorities? Does he have international calling and all of these? In the sense of he has to depend on himself in these wild spaces and protect himself and those around him. You know what I mean? He is the lord of the jungle. Look, go to the jungle. He likes all that hardcore music too. But in the essence, I show him that I do that too in my own spaces. I have to do that too. I have to go out to the woods and, be that God for myself. And be the goddess with my children and be all of this. And then I see Kelly. Still stuck on her fucking, her first twin flame that she made a baby daddy and is sitting around waiting to become a virtuous man. Not knowing that they're out there, that God already made you one. That you must become the virtuous woman that he's seeking. Only when I got to my level did we really get to, did we meet. He was seeking a goddess and I was seeking a god. You guys are seeking lessons. We are too. And we're all facing lessons and challenges. But, what are you really doing? And do these people really align with your, That's what it says too, is you may have gotten with a partner too soon that doesn't align with your true values, your core essence, your way of life. It's like, he don't give a shit if I'm sitting around meditating or if I'm doing rituals. He doesn't, none of that. I can ask, it's not even that he doesn't give a shit, that he can actually partake in such things and he doesn't even have to take over, but he could add to it. Well, I was taught this. Well, yeah, we could let's try that too. Because I'm always open to new, techniques and, new discoveries and stuff, and that's it. It's like he's a sparring partner in the sense of he aligns with my morals, core values, and what my mission is to do here on this earth. He still wants to live, enjoy the fruits of this life, which is cool because I very much, don't. And in the sense of it doesn't call for any jealousy. Like, oh, you're living the best life and you leave me at home. No, you know where to find me. I'm fine here. I don't seek the wonders of such things, and that's just his energy. I seek adventure and shit, but in a whole different way. I'm not very, out there like that. I'm trying to pick up all my cards. There's so many. I have so many cards. He's got one pack that he's read for years. I'm like, wait till you see all mine. You're gonna love this. What does this mean? I don't know. What the fuck does yours mean? What do you got going on? Let me see your book of shadows. And that's what it is. It's fun. It's exciting. It's intriguing. But at the same time, are you ready to go there? I was still trying to make another man you, but I guess not. I mean, in essence, surrender to what could be is what I told you guys yesterday. And on that note, I'm going to leave you alone and go have some lunch and surrender to, and that's it. What am I supposed to put my focus on is what I asked God last night in those cards. They told me him. What does that mean? Work through this. Wrap your mind around it. Give it energy and manifestations. Meaning, he said in his video, he's like, the magician cards means they have a master plan. I don't. I see what the plan is, and I'm trying to work through it. Work through my fears and blockages to where this could, actually align. This isn't my plan. You're never going to understand that, people. I go with the manifestations that are presented to me, and that's why. They were always meant to be. All I have to do is surrender to them. I don't just create something out of my mind. In the essence, I called you in. Yes. In the essence of, learning about myself, I learned what I really wanted, and I started, speaking it quietly out into the universe. I started making a wish list, a Christmas wish list of what a perfect man would be. It would be really great if I had a man that did this. It would really be great if I had a man that did this. They're secretly listening, and they wrote it all down. You would say that they made you out of nowhere, but you were born years before this. And we've done this before, so it's not even, it's not even a new situation, but it's like I called in, we both called this in. But in essence, is to be that version, you have to go through all of the other layers of your older version to be the better version of yourself. I'm just hearing this. I could really let them. And that's what I prayed for most. This was always planned. How was I ever going to get out of it? And that's what I prayed for most. A soulmate. I'm manifesting a soulmate that'll get me out of this twin flame journey. I'm trying to kind of show you. They're showing me, fucking Metatron is showing me 2 mirrors. They're just reflecting back and forth. There's no change. There's no different. The vision doesn't change. The picture doesn't change. And that's why there was always the Trinity. The 3. In the essence, it's like I won't stop reflecting my healing back from them. But then I can take it and break it off from just going back and forth with them. It's like it's just a back and forth, a back and forth, a back and forth. If we put another object, and that's exactly how, that's why Metatron's talking, that's exactly how a satellite works. How do we get a message from this side of the world to the other side of the world? We put a satellite right there, and we send the message this way and to this way. And that's how it gets from here to there. Meaning, the messages aren't getting through. But if I connect with you, you can connect with what I can't connect to. Or what I'm stuck trying to connect with. Meaning, you can help them understand what you can relay you're part of the, you can deliver the message, right? You're a connection to the message without the frequency and fuzz. What does that mean? A mediator. You can stop. So, in essence, we're together. It's Friday. We're hanging out, and here it comes. Here comes my Friday. Here comes Russ with his bullshit. And I'm like, here it comes, and you're ready for it. And I'm about to blow. Like, hold on. Let me tell you what I see. Meaning, Your perspective is going to take me out of my visions and, you know what I mean, out of my skin before I get too deep in my skin with this. Now I have an outside perspective that takes me out of my perspective. Not that I'm not triggered, but you can put water on this fire before the fire starts by just telling me what you saw. Or even simply confirming what I'm about to feel. I know you're about to get upset because I know how this should, I know what he just did and how that makes you feel. Look at it this way. And that's what I mean, is he can change it. He can change the frequency. He can change the direction. He can. In the sense of, if I'm willing. Are you willing to hear me? Are you listening to me? Can you see me? And that's what I tried to show you. When I'm in the middle of a conversation and then I put him in it, the conversation stops and I see it differently. I calm down. I go to a different frequency. He turns down the frequency. Whereas, you know what I mean, it's a laser focus. And it's like something needs to come in and break this focus. I only see it this way. You know what I mean? Whereas he can see it a different way, and then I can have a different feeling. And that's what it is about these, you know what I mean, the shadows and shit. And that's the same thing that I do as a healer. I know you're in your shadows. You can only see it this way. Let me show you what I see. You're deep in your feelings. You're deep in your thoughts about what's happening right now. Let me show you how I see it. It's a valued outside perspective of somebody that has tried and tested. In the sense of, it doesn't matter to him if I love him or hate him. Just all that matters is I get over this. It doesn't matter. It's not a sense of jealousy or, you know what I mean, like the more that I heal this, the closer I'm going to get. No, it's the more stable we can be and we can get over this. In the essence of, you know what I mean, just love him. Just forgive him. He's being a child again. You know what I mean? Something so simplistic as another voice to come in and be like, forget it. Don't give it your energy. This one isn't worth the energy. Or it's something so simplistic that I don't have to give it so much energy because he can already see it on the surface for what it is. I don't have to go through my, you know what I mean? And I'm using I'm using Russ as an example because he would be the one to act out the most, of course. He always acts out the most. Always. That's Lucifer. Always acting out. But in the essence of all of them, they're made to reflect an inner part of me that needs to heal. In that moment, I wouldn't have to heal by myself because I could have an outside perspective, a valued outside perspective that knows the healing journey and can help me to understand what I'm not seeing right in front of me. Or just help me to come to terms with what I have to, you know what I mean, what I already seen so quickly that I'm having a hard time, you know what I mean, coming to terms with. And it's about acceptance. And he's always trying to push that. Just get over it. Just, you know what I mean, deal with it. You know, when you have a coach in your head that's constantly telling you, it's not, you know, just you're finally like, all right, I'm tired of hearing you. I'll just do what you say so I don't have to hear you tell me. It's kind of how it is with Kobe. It's like, just get up. If I don't get up, Kobe's going to come over here and tell me to get up, and I'm going to feel like a bitch because I don't want to hear him tell me to get up. It's kind of how that works. An hour and a half on that one. Yeah. New moon, new levels, new devils. But not all devils are bad. You need to work on your obsession, though. I don't need obsessive energy in my life. These are your obsessions. You need to deal with your obsessions. In the essence of what's wrong with me? Nothing. What's wrong with you? There's some fine-tuning that needs to be done before, you know, the first of the month. When is that? It's just a couple days from now. It's not really going to happen. What is it? It's the seed of intention. Not everything is physical. You plant the seed in your heart, and it flourishes, and that's what manifestation comes to. If he sees it differently, and he submits, he surrenders to what I see, he sees the vision, he sees the same vision that I see, and surrenders to it, then the seed is planted. That's it, and it can grow from there. Otherwise, see you next year. It's just a cycle. It's a cycle. Anyways, yeah, Akashic records and shit. I don't even know what to label this. This is deep. Should I put a single link just to him? Hey, Learn from this in some kind of way, shape, or form for the rest of you. What does this mean? Exploring your sexuality is where we're going into next, I suppose. I mean, I guess Kanye actually started that conversation like a week ago. We've been trying to. That's what Scorpio brings up, is we've been trying to overcome our sexual nature and coming, you know what I mean? We had to lock it down and try to fix it, you know, clean it up and fix this all up before we go back out there and start being, you know what I mean? Working in our old unhealthy is what that means. That's all that means. You know, after marriage and shit, you want to go out there and be like, you know, in your 20s again, and that shit is not cool. Stifler's mom. It's making me want a hot dog real bad. What kind of hot dog? The one from Costco? Wrap it up in bacon, one of those ones that you get in the fucking, in Mexico, and pull that shit on it. Such a cunt. Hey, it was fun, wasn't it? Alright, come back for more funness later, and work on that. I'm sure I got a lot of people in their shadows. Rub it off. Rub it off. Laters. No, that was too funny.